In the heart of ancient Rome, under the shadow of the mighty Colosseum, a mystery was brewing. Gaius Marcellus, a seasoned centurion, had just retired from his military duties and had developed a reputation as a solver of puzzles in the bustling streets of Rome. One morning, Gaius was approached by Lucius, a wealthy patrician whose face was etched with worry. Lucius's youngest daughter, Julia, had vanished without a trace. Despite his wealth and influence, Lucius had found no. Gaius, intrigued by the challenge, agreed to take on the case. He began his investigation at the family's lavish villa, where Julia was last seen. The servants whispered of strange occurrences and rumors of a secret lover. As Gaius delved deeper, he discovered that Julia was fascinated by the gladiators who fought in the Colosseum. She often sneaked out to watch the games, much to her family's dismay. The Centurion's next stop was the Colosseum. There, he questioned fighters and bystanders, learning about a gladiator named Marcus, who had recently caught the public's eye with his extraordinary skills and charisma. A breakthrough came when Gaius found a hidden note in Julia's room, penned in a hurried script. It hinted at a meeting with Marcus at the Colosseum, under the moonlight, the night she disappeared. Gaius confronted Marcus, who initially denied knowing Julia. However, under pressure, he confessed they had fallen in love, but insisted he knew nothing about her disappearance. Not fully convinced, Gaius decided to retrace Julia's steps on the night she vanished. He scoured the areas around the Colosseum, eventually stumbling upon a secluded spot where the elite often held clandestine meetings. Hidden in the shadows, he found a torn piece of fabric that matched the dress Julia was last seen wearing. Nearby, a broken amphora bore the insignia of a notorious gang known for kidnappings. Gaius realized that Julia might have been caught in a sinister plot far beyond a simple love affair. He sought out contacts in the underworld, navigating the dangerous streets and alleys of Rome. His inquiries led him to a dilapidated tavern on the outskirts of the city, where he encountered a gang member willing to talk for the right price. The man revealed that Julia was indeed kidnapped, but the reason was unclear. Digging deeper, Gaius learned about a power struggle within the Senate, where Julia's father, Lucius, played a significant role. Her disappearance could be a move to manipulate or destabilize Lucius. Gaius reported his findings to Lucius, who was shocked but acknowledged his political adversaries. He begged Gaius to find his daughter before harm came to her. The Centurion realized that time was running out. He decided to stage a daring plan, using himself as bait to lure the kidnappers out. Under the guise of a corrupt official, Gaius spread rumors about knowing Julia's whereabouts and willing to negotiate. His ruse caught the attention of the kidnappers, who contacted him for a meeting. The meeting was set in a remote location, away from the prying eyes of the Roman guard. Gaius, armed and alert, went alone, knowing the risk. As he waited in the darkness, figures emerged from the shadows. They were cautious, but Gaius's convincing act led them to believe he was their ally. Suddenly, chaos erupted. Gaius found himself in a skirmish, outnumbered but not outmatched. His years as a centurion had honed his skills in combat. Amidst the fight, he heard a faint cry for help. Following the sound, he discovered Julia, bound and frightened, in a hidden chamber nearby. Gaius fought fiercely to protect the girl, dispatching the kidnappers with precision. Finally, he freed Julia, who was overwhelmed with relief and gratitude. Together, they made their way back to the city, where a grateful Lucius awaited. The reunion was emotional, with tears and embraces. The truth behind the kidnapping slowly unraveled. It was indeed a political ploy orchestrated by one of Lucius's rivals in the Senate, aiming to blackmail him into withdrawing from an important vote. Julia, safe and sound, recounted her ordeal. She had been lured to the meeting with Marcus, only to be ambushed and taken captive. Marcus, upon learning of Julia's fate, was stricken with guilt. He had unknowingly played a part in the nefarious plot, but vowed to make amends. Gaius, hailed as a hero, was offered a position in the Roman Guard, but he declined. He had found his calling in unraveling the mysteries of the city. As for Julia, she emerged from the experience with a newfound strength. She vowed to never be a pawn in the games of the powerful again. The city buzzed with the tale of the Centurion who solved the mystery of the vanished patrician's daughter. Gaius Marcellus had become a legend in his own right. In the aftermath, Lucius took measures to protect his family, realizing that wealth and power came with their own dangers. Gaius continued to walk the streets of Rome, his eyes ever watchful. He knew that the city, with all its splendor, hid secrets in every corner. And so, amidst the grandeur of ancient Rome, the tale of the Centurion turned detective became a story told in hushed tones, a reminder of the intrigue that lurked beneath the surface. The Senate rival who orchestrated the kidnapping was eventually exposed and faced the wrath of the law. Justice in Rome was swift and unforgiving. Marcus, freed from the grips of manipulation, rose in the ranks of the gladiators, becoming a champion of the people. His name was cheered in the Colosseum, a symbol of redemption. Julia, inspired by Gaius, began to aid others in the city, using her influence for good. She became a beacon of hope for those caught in the web of Rome's darker side. Lucius, humbled by the events, became a more compassionate and wise leader. His experience had taught him the value of loyalty and the dangers of political games. Gaius, though he remained a humble figure, was respected by all who knew him. His wisdom and bravery were a testament to the strength of character. The streets of Rome whispered tales of Gaius Marcellus, the centurion who could unravel the most complex mysteries. His name became synonymous with justice and integrity. As the sun set over the ancient city, casting long shadows on the cobblestone streets, Gaius walked alone, his mind already on the next mystery to solve. The tale of the Whisper of the Colosseum was just one of many in the tapestry of Rome's history. A story of love, betrayal, and redemption. In the grand scheme of the empire, it was but a fleeting moment. Yet, for those involved, it was a life-changing ordeal that would never be forgotten. And so, in the eternal city of Rome, the story of Gaius Marcellus, the Centurion detective, continued to unfold, a saga as enduring as the city itself.